Welcome back, everybody. Colony survival, and it's been a while. We've had a little bit of sick going around through the house, meaning we had different priorities than playing games for a change. But we are now here. We're back. We're currently looking at the night cycle and just making sure that our two guides here are actually doing what they need to do. Now, we've got 30 beds. We've got 28 colonists, so we do have enough because I'm seeing on the top that we do not have all the jobs occupied. We are one night slinger guard short. Right there. So far, looking at it, though, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like they're still managing, but I'm not sure for how much longer that's going to be. So maybe we just want to recruit ourselves one more and just make sure that all of this is going to be safe. Now, we can see our little pathway going nearly all the way around now, which is great. Does mean that we need to work a little bit on getting additional steps in this. The steps in the quarter blocks, we need to get those ones in as well, which there we've got a few up here. So let me grab some and let me work on this a little bit. And with all of this now nicely sorted, one of the next things that I think we're going to be working on is to actually get our forester outside. And now, the most ideal size for the forester is 3 by 33, and I got that just confirmed because it also says so on the loading screen. Now, we know that for setting fields, we're going to need to work from inside out. We need to work from the lowest point up in order to set it properly, but I do need to figure out how far we need to go. Okay, and now the other thing that we just found out is it doesn't like it if it goes too far. So this ought to work, and it will still allow me to go down until right about here. If I go one more, it doesn't like it. So that's going to put me at a 3 by 23. Now it wants it 33, so I'm going to, and it wants in 33, so I'm going to need 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to be too much. What we can do though, bring you in line, and then let's have a look how far we can get this. So now it's going to be complaining about you, so let's remove you two and let's try that again. So if I take it, let's say from here, now that's going to be a nice 3 by 3, and it should allow me put it there. Now then you're going to be nice along there, goes all the way to the top, so that should be fine. This should work. Okay, so assuming that this works the way I think it should work, that ought to do the job. Meaning if I now remove, and let's get ourselves a crate to the other side as well. Still no cobblestone, still no cobblestone. Let's get a crate to the other side, just so it's going to be a little bit easier for them. And let's put that put the crate there and put the cobblestone here so they can actually use it as a step up. That's fine. We'll do the trick. Now let's go and find our other forester, which shouldn't be too difficult. We just go all the way up, and then we're going to remove whatever forestry we have on that side. And right there. And look, it is actually quite good timing because he just harvested all the trees. So I want to remove the area. He still is a forester. He just needs to move to the other side. Then I'm going to be removing all these saplings. And now we can slightly remove this back to normal mountain scape. And look at that, just like that, it looks like a little bit more normal hill. Now that will turn into grass again. We have the steps here. We do not have the steps here. Do I still have? We do. Quickly grab you on the side, get all of that in there. Now I did add in some dirt in some places again that will eventually turn into grass. The other thing I did is I also finished up the carving into the main wall here. So that one we already had, and I've also carved out this side now. So now we've got a walkway on all sides, except for, well, we still have one. And that should then at least finish up the one side here. Now, the only thing that is missing out is a little bit of cobblestone. And we can grab that right from here because we're making quite a bit. Looking on that side, we have our flax farmers. We've got our wheat farmers doing their job. The berry farmers are fairly busy, although they will also be relocated in not too much time from now. Now, the other thing that we need to do is we need to look now at what and where and how do we unlock things. Because the main thing is that we want the anvil. Once we have the anvil, that is when the copper anvil and the copper tools are unlocking, and that is going to be unlocking quite a bit more. Now, the thing here, though, is it is going to be increasing the monster threat by 30. That is why we were looking at our knight, and that is why we were having a look if they can manage the additional monster threat. Yeah, you guys are just being weird. There is a path to right here. Here, let me remove that for now. Don't know what you want, but... Or maybe you want to get to the other side of that berry bush, but you shouldn't. Alright, it is what it is. But like what we did with the forester, we're also going to be moving our dairy farmers to the outside of our compounds, but that's going to be a little bit later. I do want more wheat fields here, though. As in, I think that I want, and where's my nice standing bush? I think that I want pretty much from that walkway until that walkway, I want all of this to be nice farms. So flax farms, wheat farms. Let's have a look what other farms that we're going to get. Hemp farms can be on the lower section, or when we expand the banner, or when we expand the banner area, we can add another line here on the outside where we can put, I don't know, maybe hemp, barley, cabbage. Then, of course, we want chickens, beekeepers. So there's a lot that we still need to put in there. And these guys are going to have to, well, move for that, essentially. And looking at our entrance area so far, we've got the 3 Night Slinger guards. I think it is going to be enough. But if we really want to be on that safe side, we can always have a look that we add a 4th one before we're going to be kicking in 30 additional monster threats. I'm going to turn you around, and I'm not going to go to not recruit additional, but I want to manage the jobs. I know I'm a Night Slinger guard short, but I have a forester over because he just put in all the trees. And with that, I mean I put in a handful because the middle lane is not free. Wait, then, in that case, let's put the Night Slinger guards back down and the forester up. Let me quickly remove the entire middle lane in that case, so he can just put in trees here. So clearly the sides here doesn't bother him because here he put one right next to the side, so I maybe could have left just the entire thing there, but it is what it is. I've already removed it. It looks good like this. Let him just put in the additionals, and then we're going to go and switch him from forester. There we go. From forester, we're going to then switch him to the Night Slinger guard, so he can help out these guys, and we can actually go into science and unlock the anvil. Done. Anvil unlocked. Now, the forester decides that he's going to be no longer working as a forester for now, meaning I'm going to go and fire him and put him as a Night Slinger guard. And look at that. Now he's going to go up there. Now, it should be a little bit busier in the night, but we'll have a look. We'll keep an eye out on that. Now, let's have a look straight away at the rest of them, because this unlocked quite a bit more. Of course, now we need to wait for the job block crafter guy to craft us the anvil. Then we can put it down and see what we can. Copper anvil made at the job block crafter's workbench. Exactly. And then once we have that, we can have a look at what we can make inside. Next, what we wanted was a copper lockbox, because that's going to increase our colony point capacity, but it is also going to increase the monster threat. Now, for you, we need 100 colony points, and we can unlock you. You do not automatically increase. So let's go and let's find out. Yeah, there's quite a few of those guys coming in, but from what I see, these 4 should definitely manage that. So we're going to go and have a look that we buy ourselves We're gonna have a look that we go and sell something so we actually have enough points. Now, what do I have to sell? Well, copper ingots. I've got 5 earthenware. I'm gonna sell 2. I could sell 1 more, but I'm only going to get 10 points and not 30. So instead, I'm gonna go and sell 1 linen and 1 copper ingot. That puts us exactly at the 100. We go back into science. Copper lockbox completed. Now, that is going to be made at the anvil, which is hopefully on the priority list of the job block crafter guy. And then once that is done, we can get into the rest. This also gives us the stone mason, which is going to be good. The sacred failsafe. An emergency tool that uses sacred points to eliminate monsters. I don't remember how that works. For you, we need 25 points, and then we can also do fences, which are made at a splitting stump. Now, that's going to make things look good. And I think that's going to be important. So, since we're here anyways, let's sell 1 of you, and then we go back into the science, and we can also unlock the fence. Good. Moving on. Next up we want is going to be archery. And archery is going to be good because archery is going to give us the Fletcher's bench, which can make bows, which can make arrows. And then we have a little bit stronger guards during the night. Now, the thing with this, though, is we're going to need copper tools, which is going to be one of the things that the anvil is going to be making. Now, let's have a quick look. You're going to be making 2 anvils, and I'm just going to put you on high priority for now. We need to remember to turn that down when we are done. But, yeah, well, that's okay, because we'll forget it anyways. So I've been looking at these guys here for quite some time. They are absolutely fine. 4 of them can definitely manage what we're throwing at them for now, which is good. And that's going to allow us to continue expanding a little bit. How are you looking? Let's take you onto the hotbar, which is a little bit too much for what we actually need, but I do want to finish up some of this padding because it really now gets to the stage where, well, we need to start future-proofing, and I've already had a quick look. We're going to need 500 points for the first banner upgrade. And if my memory serves me well, then we need 1,000 for the next one. Now, you might be wondering why we're looking straight away for the 1,000 upgrade. Well, when that is done, we're going to go here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then this would be our new mode. Now, I would not be digging a full mode again like we have done so far, but we'll be doing it in stages. But we're going to be doing it in stages instead. So once we've got that banner upgrade, that is already safe zone, so I could start counting out, and we would take... And then I would, let's say, add in these ones. And then from here until 10 blocks, we would put in a farm. And then as we've put in the farm, around the farm, we would be digging out the rest of the trench just to make sure that our compound remains safe at all time. And then that way we will slowly expand and only move the trench where it is useful to us. And we've given our job block crafter guy quite a bit of time so far. And he says that he is done. So how long does it take to create one? 60 seconds with stone tools. Meaning we should have an anvil. And we do. We've got 2 of them. Now, do we have enough space here? No. We don't. So I think it is time that we're going to go and put our first stations on the next level up. Which is not going to be where we would want them as of yet, because we're not really ready to get it here, but it is what it is. So we need to keep that one empty, and there we go. So now we've got 2 guys on the anvils. Of course, we don't have them yet. Copper tools, up it, 50, and then always 3 copper lock boxes. That works for me. Now we're going to be turning this around. I'm going to be putting you onto 50 as well, and I'm going to put you at medium priority, so that way we've got 1 each. Now, we've got 30 beds. We've got 29 colonists so far, meaning we're going to need to add more beds anyways. And that is where this entire space came in. It's just that Well, we didn't do anything with it yet. Now, I may or may not be blind, but I do not see any beds, so I might need to go up to our mill. But look at this here. So I've added a little bit of a wall. This is a log wall, and that is straw because I think it looks nice. Then I've dug up all of this and put a nice flooring in. Now, I do want to do the walls in here as well, but that's going to be for a later concern. It is nighttime after all. And then let me have a look what is going on with the tinkerers. So it says 5 beds. Should always be there. I do not know. What I do know is that we have a beautiful mill up here and it can make beds for us, so we might as well utilize that one. Then it's not doing anything anyways. We need more logs. Logs in stockpile, or is that planks that we have in the stockpile? Let me look. We've got 400 tempered logs. It's more than enough. I would like that. I would like it to see now in stockpile 5, that's great. But needs log tempered, I would like to see there as well now in stockpile. So I can see how many logs do I have in the stockpile. And if I could shift click and this would go to max, that would be amazing. For now, let me just queue up 100 of those. And there's that. Now, I've made some adjustments here to the wooden stump. We actually have 2 groups now. And one of them has defenses as a high priority, make 100, as well as the log walls. I wanted to make 50 of those always on high priority, because I'm starting to utilize them. And let's just put you on low, low, and low. You on medium. That way we first get the log walls, because I need those ones for building. Although it is nice to get a few of the fences too. There, only 1 though. That's fine. You're back to the what? You're back to the wood logs. You're back to the wood logs. Perfect. Now, the reason why I wanted them is because in here, the reason I wanted them is in here, I've used these blocks in order to create the wall. And I like that. The problem is I didn't have any anymore. And even now we're low. Yeah, we're still out. So I'm going to be using the straw again for the layer in the middle. And then the top layer, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with. Because we've got the bricks, but I don't think the bricks are the nicest solution there. The other thing also is wood flooring is a no. The coated planks are too red. Doesn't match. And that then leaves us with only the option of the regular plank, which doesn't really do it for me either. Now, I don't have any log walls yet, so I'm going to need to pull you out. And let's test with you if we maybe just want to go back to the log wall. I think that's going to be it. Now, this one, I don't know yet if we're going to keep it or change it. But I think for this here, that's just a nice look. Now, we're going to be putting one of those in the middle. And then we're going to go in and grab our beds, which we now have a few. And I can put 2 down. Let me put it there so we can enter from this side and then side. And that should do the trick. And then just like that, we've got a nice, decently looking bedroom. Now, I want to know, how does the fencing look? And that, of course, is just a pole. Did I get more fencing? No, not yet, because I told him to first do all the log walls. So we're going to need to look at that one later. Oh, well, that is what it is. Now, next up, we're back down here. And yeah, these guys are slowly going to stop because they're complaining they're out of ores. Are we smelting faster than we're mining? It looks like. I mean, we've got 2 gold ingots because we bought some gold. We've got a good amount of copper ingots. And that's pretty much it. So maybe we should be going further down. We've got 6 copper. And we've got some iron ore. But we didn't unlock iron yet, so we're going to be good. All right, let's have a look at the miners later. Now, here in science, the next stage to unlock is going to be the writer, for which we need 3 copper tools. For that, we're going to need to hire the 2 guys to work the anvil. We'll do that tomorrow morning because now I don't need to pay for them in the sense of they don't need food. Although total meals 106, so we're looking good there. The other thing is we're going to need leather. And leather, there's only one way to get that, and that is by buying carcasses for now. Now we have 5 points, which is not going to buy us a lot. It only buys us 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to be selling too many of these. So I wasted 20 points. That is what it is. However, we can buy 20. So let's buy 5 and 10. So we still have 10 space, which is good. We could also buy leather straight up. Since we got everything else here in the setup, we might as well utilize it. And the job block crafter guy is going to get a little bit more busy because the other thing that we can unlock now is right here, the grocery shop. Now we need 50 points. That is exactly what we have. I'm going to be unlocking that. It is not increasing our monster threat. Neither is going to be the writer's desk, which is going to be really good. And that's going to unlock quite a few things because we can make scrolls of knowledge, which we can then sell. Once we've got this, the next follow-up technology is going to be here, the digger, which requires 3 scrolls of knowledge and colony points, for which we're going to need the boxes, which we will eventually be making. But for now, time to get through the night. Let's check how we are doing with the monster threat. And there we have them. We have the first monsters that are a little bit stronger. They take multiple shots. Now, these are the easy ones. That's a single shot. Those ones are the little bit stronger ones, and they actually take more hits, which is okay. We've got 4 of these guys. Now, I'm building a little bit of a platform around here so we can later on actually upgrade and give them a little bit more space and walkway. For now, though, it is more so I have a decent platform to walk up on. And in case you're wondering, yes, that's going to be another guard. I think this one is going to move here, where this one's going to move there, and then that's where we're going to get the archers, but we'll see how that's going to play out in the longer run. Now, for now, I want the light brown steps to go up here because I just think it looks nicer, and then we'll put those ones on the going down side here too. Here. And that way we can walk up here, we can see what's going on, and we can go down there, and then later on we can even utilize that space and put more, I don't know, archers or whatever we need to put out there. Look at that. Just like that, our little entrance here starts to look like a nice little battle station, which is good. So we've got the paths in. I did a little bit of fixing here. We've got nice stairs going up on either side. This is where we can add more security and more guards when we're going to need them. And then in the meanwhile, it is 12 noon, meaning we can go and recruit to fill all the jobs. And that now gives us 2 people that are going to be working on the anvils. And as expected with the unlock that we just did, we also got ourselves the grocery store. And I think I'm going to be putting that in, I think just right about there. Because that should save a lot of them from having to walk in and out and wasting their time walking all the way to the flagpole. Now, you're all complaining you don't have copper anymore, which is a fact. We only have 4. You don't have gold anymore? Yeah, well, that you don't have gold is fair enough. I didn't expect you to have any. So you don't really have a lot to do. Maybe we should move one of those 3 then into the mines of Moria and get him to work on copper. Because look, we've got quite a few copper nodes still out here, and we could easily just utilize one of those, if not 2. Yeah, also a grocery store right in there, so we don't have to worry about it. Then I'm going to be picking up a couple of crates, for which we also don't have a whole lot left. And we'll just put 2 of them next to each other there. And then we're going to be picking up a couple of miner blocks there. And we'll put you right there so you can look at your colleague. Great. Now, next thing that we need is we're going to go here into colony. We're going to be managing the jobs because we're now at miner 2. We're at -2 for the miners. But I'm going to need less smelters, so I'm going to be firing one of you, and then for the rest of them, I'm going to be recruiting 1. That's going to give me 2 additional copper miners, and that should be doing the trick in order to get that a little bit more back into balance. And like a good HR person does, I went here to check on how these guys are doing. It turns out they were busier with going to bed than they were with actually building anything. Now, the thing is, they're making 2 things. They're making copper lock boxes and they're making the tools, where the copper lockboxes are priority here, but the tools are here. Now, tools take 180 seconds to make, and they take planks and copper ingots. We don't have a lot of planks. We have plenty copper ingots, but I don't see any tools. So the question is, did the tools get, well, eaten, or, well, did the tools get used, or did he just not make any yet? And another night and another, well, massacre here at our doorstep. See, those guys take a couple of hits, but he should be fine. Yeah, look at that. Are they managing? I mean, there's more and more, definitely. I mean, we do have a threat level of 67 compared to what did we have last episode, 12? During the night, I've made a couple of small adjustments, and the main one being I've added an additional forester. Now, I did move things around, and I'm going to be recruiting to fill all the jobs, which means I do not have any empty beds anymore. Well, we have empty beds. They're just in our inventory. So we're going to need to go into the house, and we're going to need to fix up the rest of that. Now, we also have more of the log walls, so I can actually take all of those. Let's take this with us, and let's fix up the rest of the bedding. And yeah, as I'm going to be doing that, we see the 2 foresters now go outside and harvest these. And why do we need them? Well, because we're starting to run out of some of the logs. And I've added one in because, well, if I'm not an idiot and I don't put on 50 beds to make, I'm working on making more planks. There, so let me drop those ones in there. And the reason we want more planks is because we're going to need that for the copper ingots as well as for the copper tools. There we go. We now have a copper tools, which means here in science, we have this one, which is the tool distribution. And that's going to help us, similar to the store, making sure that everybody can get their tools and closer by. So we waste. And similar to the grocery store, the tool distribution is going to allow us for them to pick up the tools wherever we place this, rather than them having to walk all the way to the banner. So effectively, we're going to be more efficient because they don't have to walk halfway across the world. And there we go. He's already building one, which is great. Now, that's the one that's been turned off. You're working on wheat curl, which is great. You don't have any copper ore. We don't. So we may need even more miners, because I think one of the main things it is that the miners spending a lot of time walking around in order to get their tools, like these guys just did. So if we get those, the first one is going to go to the miners, and then the second one is going to go, well, probably right next to this one, right there. So I'm going to go into the mines already. We get some more fences? We did. So let's have a look how that looks. Nice. So it's the dynamic fencing. It works similar to the ones in Minecraft. I like that. And that means that we can really nicely secure our pathways and make it look really, really cool. Yeah, that works. He got his meal right there. And then let's see that we get the tool shop thing. Yeah, we've got the tool shop, and let's put you down as well. Do you have any direction? No. At least I don't see a preview on you, so you must work from any direction. That's good. So now you guys can go in here to pick it up, and you don't have to go all the way around. Now let me open this up. Why? So I can see what they're doing. And then the last step for today is going to be here unlocking the writer. Now I'm going to unlock you. We're going to need parchment, which is made at a tanner's table. With what though is the question. I don't know. But it is now unlocked. So let's have a look at the tanner. There, and that's going to cost you. You need skin for that. Okay. So I want you to always have 35 of those. Infinite, yes. Which means we're going to need to sell. We can sell scrolls of knowledge, but let's start selling 3 of you. That's going to give us the 90. And then we can buy more of the animal carcasses, and we can buy up to 15. So that's done. And let's get the parchment as the highest priority. Okay, now you're complaining you don't have tools. What does you need tools? Probably to make the latest desk. You need planks and linen. at the writer's desk. The writer's desk is going to be planks, leather, and copper tools. Okay, so as soon as the copper tools came in, he snatched them up, and he's now making a writer's desk for us, which is going to be great. But we're going to have a look at the writer's desk in the next episode. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have enjoyed it. In the next one, we have a whole lot more that we need to unlock now. Most importantly, the digger. I really want to get the digger out there. And then after that, it's just a matter of let's see that we start unlocking some more things and get some more defenses. But that's for then. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next one.